Credit card fraud is a big problem that costs people and companies a lot of money every year. Hello and welcome to this video about credit card scams. Credit cards are now the most common way to pay for things all over the world. Many businesses have started to offer credit cards in this digital age, and many people carry multiple cards or debit cards instead of cash. The speed, ease, and comfort of transactions have made credit cards the most popular way to pay for things today. The change from using cash for most purchases to using credit cards more and more is a complex one. Some reasons are practical, like how fast credit cards can be used in some situations, but there is still a widespread misconception that credit cards are naturally safer. This view is strengthened by the many safety features that credit card companies offer, such as protection against fraud and the ability to dispute charges. But the truth is that credit cards are not completely safe from security risk. Hackers and identity thieves often go after them because it's easy for them to steal personal and business information. Because of this, people who use credit cards must stay alert and take the right steps to protect themselves from possible security threats, unless they want to be victims to fraudsters like Albert Ace Brown. Brown was a master of card-not-present fraud, using stolen credit card numbers to make millions of dollars in purchases. He was known for his meticulous planning and ability to evade capture. Eddie the Boss Green. Green was a prolific credit card fraudster who specialized in skimming, using devices to steal credit card data from ATMs and gas pumps. He was responsible for millions of dollars in losses and was eventually sentenced to 25 years in prison. David Rosenweig. Rosenweig was a hacker who targeted online retailers, exploiting vulnerabilities in their systems to steal credit card information. He was responsible for stealing over $50 million in merchandise and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The idea that credit cards are safer comes from the fact that they work well against one type of attack: mugging. Now, muggings used to happen more in the days before credit cards, and the rise of credit card is often linked to a drop of these types of street crimes. The idea behind this is simple. If someone steals your wallet and it only has credit cards in it, you can quickly cancel the cards, making the theft pointless. But it's not as simple as saying that credit cards are the only reason why the number of muggings have gone down. For example, the drop in muggings could be due to more police officers and better monitoring technology, as well as more people being aware of the problem and learning how to defend themselves. So, credit cards may have helped lower the number of muggings, but it's important to look at more than one reason for this drop in street-level crimes. Since the 1990s, muggings and other violent crimes have gone down for a number of reasons. Credit cards may play a part in it, but so do other changes in society, the economy, and the way the police work. Not only that, but the change from real to digital crimes has brought about new problems, mostly credit card fraud. Criminals have found new ways to steal personal information as technology keeps getting better. This has caused more credit card fraud, which shows that we need stricter cybersecurity threats and more education for consumers. Credit cards may have helped cut down on muggings, but it's clear that tackling crime as a whole needs a multifaceted approach that takes into account many technical and socio-economic factors. There are different ways you can be mugged in the 21st century. Account takeover fraud. This occurs when a criminal gains access to your credit card account and uses it to make an unauthorized purchase. New account fraud. This occurs when a criminal opens a new credit card account in your name without your knowledge or consent. Card not present fraud. This occurs when a criminal uses your credit card number to make a purchase without having the physical card in their possession. Skimming. This occurs when a criminal uses a skimming device to steal your credit card information from an ATM or gas pump. Phishing. This occurs when a criminal sends you an email or text that appears to be from a legitimate company, such as your bank or credit card issuer. The email or text message will often contain a link that, when clicked, will take you to a fake website that looks like the real website. Once you enter your credit card information on the fake website, the criminal will steal it. This was how a crypto company was duped earlier this year. It was in August 2023 when a group of hackers stole over $6 million from cryptocurrency exchange Crypto.com. The hackers were able to gain access to Crypto.com's system by tricking one of the company's employees into clicking on a phishing link. Before we proceed, don't forget to like this video, give your comment down below, and subscribe to Hacking Journal. It's pretty common for credit card theft to happen, so it's really important to take steps to prevent it. It's important to stay vigilant in order to prioritize safety. Typically, there is a window of a few months where you can report a scam without incurring any fees. However, it's important to keep in mind that this time frame can vary, depending on the specific laws and regulations set by your credit card company. However, when it comes to debit cards, it's important to note that there's a level of risk involved since it involves your own money. When you make big purchases, it's not uncommon for automatic flags to be triggered. This automatically helps keep you safe. Make sure you keep an eye on your credit card statements regularly to catch any suspicious activity and report it immediately. It's crucial to ensure the safety of your credit card information as a way to prevent scams. It's important to be cautious when it comes to sharing your card information. Make sure to avoid giving it out over unprotected networks or on unfamiliar websites. It's a good idea to consider using strong, unique passwords for all your online accounts, and maybe even turning on two-factor authentication for extra protection. Also, it's important to stay cautious when it comes to fake emails or calls that could potentially trick you into revealing your credit card details. It's worth noting that credit card scams are a possibility, but there are ways to safeguard yourself by being cautious and following the necessary precautions. It is impressive how criminals who use credit cards have adapted to the changing times. Nowadays, they don't really go for those flashy, attention-grabbing big purchases anymore. Instead, they offer smaller, regular charges that are designed to fly under the radar. It's unfortunate that some individuals are able to get away with fraudulent activities because not everyone regularly monitors their accounts for small transactions. With this change, it's important for people to be cautious and savvy when it comes to using their cards. It's important to stay on top of your credit card bills and promptly report any suspicious charges. It might be a good idea for folks to consider setting up alerts or notifications on their credit card accounts. This way, they can receive up-to-date information about any activities happening on their accounts. By the way, it's generally recommended to avoid using credit cards for small, everyday purchases. Instead, it's a good idea to stick with cash or debit cards. This way, you can reduce the risk of falling victim to scammers and their tricks. You can protect yourself from credit card fraud by staying informed and being proactive. Even though being careful is very important, new technologies also help stop credit card theft. EM-resistant wallets, which are becoming more common, add an extra layer of security against some type of skimming, but you should still be careful, especially in places where the risk is higher, like petrol stations, restaurants, and shops. Criminals won't be able to steal your credit card information if you use a wallet that stops radio frequency signals and is EM-resistant. This technology ensures that the information is safe, even if someone tries to check their card without swiping it. People should still be careful and check their accounts often, especially in places where they are easy to be hacked and credit card fraud is more likely to happen. Credit card fraud is often the first step toward identity theft, which is a much bigger problem. Identity thieves love credit cards because they have a lot of personal information linked to them. Identity theft can have bad effects for a long time, even if credit card fraud is reported right away. In October 2023, a group of hackers stole the personal information of over 100 million T-Mobile customers. The hackers were able to access the information because T-Mobile had failed to properly secure its systems. Because of these risks, it makes sense to think about getting identity theft insurance. This kind of insurance can lessen the damage that could happen from credit card fraud, adding another layer of defense against the bigger effects of identity theft.